In today's China, falling in love is easy. Getting married is not. This is the story of two people who love each other and the world that stands between them. Li Wei is 30 years old. Chen Yu is 28. They met the way many young people do now, through work, shared friends, quiet conversations after long days. They like the same films. They argue gently about food. They imagine a future together. But in China today, love is only the beginning, because marriage is no longer just a personal choice. It is a social milestone, a family project, an economic calculation. And for Li Wei and Chen Yu, the question is no longer, do we love each other? It is, can we afford to get married? And at what cost? Li Wei comes from a smaller city. His parents worked hard all their lives. They believe in stability, in responsibility, in doing things the right way. When Li Wei visits home, the questions come quickly. Do you have an apartment yet? How much do you earn now? When are you planning to get married? To his parents, these questions are not pressure. They are care. In their generation, marriage meant adulthood. It meant security. It meant a future that made sense. They worry that time is running out, and quietly, without meaning to, they place the burden on Li Wei's shoulders. Chen Yu grew up in a larger city. She went to university. She built a career. She learned to live independently. But even now, success has an expiration date. Her parents don't ask about promotions or projects. They ask about age. 28 is not old, but it feels old when everyone reminds you of it. Friends begin to marry. Family gatherings become interrogations. She hears the word leftover, not always spoken, but always implied. In modern China, women are encouraged to succeed, but only until success interferes with marriage. Li Wei and Chen Yu talk about the future late at night. At first, it's exciting. Where they might live, what kind of life they want. But slowly, practical questions enter the room. An apartment, a car, a wedding, a bride price. Numbers replace dreams. Li Wei starts calculating. Years of savings, years of pressure. Marriage begins to feel less like a celebration and more like a financial exam he might fail. In many parts of China, marriage comes with a price list. An apartment, often expected to be owned, not rented, a car, a bride price, sometimes symbolic, sometimes enormous, a wedding that reflects family status. These expectations are rarely written down, but everyone knows them. For men, marriage is proof of capability. For families, it is proof of success. Li Wei doesn't fear commitment. He fears inadequacy. He wonders how love became something that must be purchased in advance. Chen Yu faces a different pressure. She is told to compromise, to be realistic, to not wait too long. Independence is praised until it becomes inconvenient. Her career is important, but marriage is urgent. She asks herself a quiet question. Is she choosing a partner or fulfilling a role designed for her? In modern China, tradition and progress coexist, often in conflict. On weekends, parents gather in parks. They exchange information about their children, height, salary, education, property. Photos are displayed. Details are compared. Love is absent from the conversation. Li Wei and Chen Yu have never been to these markets themselves, but they know they are there. They know they are being represented by numbers instead of stories. Marriage becomes a transaction between families before it becomes a promise between two people. One evening, Li Wei and Chen Yu stop calculating. They speak honestly. What if we wait? What if we don't meet every expectation? What if we choose our own timeline? There is no dramatic decision, no perfect answer, only clarity.
They realize the problem is not their relationship, but the weight placed upon it. Marriage, they see now, is no longer just about love. It is about negotiation.
Across China, millions of young people are waiting, not because they reject love, but because the cost of marriage feels too high. Delayed marriages, rising singlehood, falling birth rates. Perhaps the question is not, why aren't young people getting married? Perhaps the question is, what has marriage become? If you want to understand the deeper forces behind these stories, there is a powerful book worth reading. Leftover Women, The Resurgence of Gender Inequality in China by Leta Hong Fincher. It explores how family pressure, economics, and tradition shape modern relationships, especially for women. You'll find a link in the description. Because behind every statistic, there is a story, and behind every wedding, there is a journey long before the ceremony.